All right. I am a little off my game today, guys. It has been a hot one. So, let me just move some stuff around here. All right. So, I didn't make a post, so I don't even know if anybody's going to jump on, but that's what we're going to attempt this anyways. It's been like 97 degrees here all day. It has just been brutal, so yeah. So as you can see, I have a barn on here. And I kind of sketched it out just so I kind of have an idea of like where I'm going with this. So, and we're going to do a different technique tonight. So I'm going to, first, let me get some colors going here. Like I said, this was last minute. My stomach has been acting up and I was like, oh, I don't even know, but we're gonna try it. All right, so I've got some dark blue and we got some white. And, you know, if nobody hops on, nobody hops on. Not a big deal. Wouldn't be the first time. And I'm going to put a little alizarin crimson. And let's do some yellow. Welcome, guys. All right. So my sky colors are going to be blue, white, alizarin crimson, and cadmium yellow. So I've got those. We're going to use a different brush to do the sky. And I am going to kind of go around the barn. Even though there's going to be some trees and stuff coming out, I wanted to get my barn kind of situated like where I wanted it. So I'm going to wet my mop brush. So I just dipped it in the water, wrung it out, and then I'm going to pick up some blue and some white, both on my brush at the same time. And we're going to kind of get this sky going here. So I do want this to be a very light background. Very light. And I found that this mop brush, a lot of people will use it for blending, which I do too. You use it dry if you're going to do blending. But it also works really good to get a nice, smooth kind of finish going on to get your sky in. So I'm going to do now some alizarin crimson and some white, and we're going to start just kind of bringing this in. Just to kind of get a little bit of something different in the background. And I'm only going to come down to about here because the rest is going to be bushes and trees and stuff. So I'm just going to kind of go back and forth. Now I'm going to pick up just some white because I really want to lighten that up. And I'm going to pick up some yellow, and we're going to just kind of start mixing some yellows. Get that hair off there. And now we'll put some white. Come on. That's what happens when you have a new brush. All right, I'm going to wash that out again. And we're going to pick up some more blue and white, and we're going to do a second coat. Gonna rinse it out again, and this time we're gonna pick up some of a little bit of the red, and I mean the alizarin crimson and the white. And let me get a paper towel. Welcome, guys. I know this was, I did not even post. I was not sure if I was gonna be doing a live. It has been so hot here that it has just been brutal, and I'm just trying to get things caught up in the yard. And all right, and I can go over the barn because that's going to get painted a different color anyways. I'm just going to go in with more white. Now, I could put some clouds in here, but welcome, guys. If you're just hopping on, say hey. All right, so I'm going to pick up some white and a smidge of yellow because I want this to be much, much lighter. And I got something here. Yeah, I don't know if it's the heat, but boy, my stomach has just not been feeling the greatest. So I was not even sure it was gonna make the live, but we're trying it. All right, so right now we're just kind of getting that sky color kind of going in there. And I'm gonna wipe this just a little bit, and I'm gonna pick up, I gotta get some more white here. I really wanna lighten this sky up. I'm just gonna kind of go over while that is still wet, and we're gonna just bring a little bit of streaking in there. And like I said, I'm using a different brush tonight. I'm using the mop brush, which most people use this to blend, but I like doing the sky with it as well. And I did pre-trace out where my barn's gonna go. But I can go over it, not a big deal, because we're gonna paint over that anyways. Just want to give that soft background, not a bunch of color, but you know, a little bit, kind of like that. Yeah, that's looking okay. So let me rinse this. All right, I'm gonna just wipe this out for right now. Let me grab a flat brush, and we're gonna start just blocking in the barn. And let me try this size. do this angled brush. All right, I'm just checking to see if there was any comments. All right, let's get, let me see, what color am I gonna do the roof? Let's do the roof in like a rusty burnt sienna color. All right, so gonna get my roof line mapped back in here, kind of where I want it. Oh no, Shaman. Well, you can always rewatch it. Hey, Rachel. Hey, guys. So yeah, I know I have not posted a resin video lately. There is one. I've got a experiment piece cured on the other side of this table. But I had to give my hands a chance to heal. They are looking much better. So if for some reason when I start doing resin again they break out, I'm gonna have to maybe cut back to maybe like 3 days a week with resin, because I can't even like clean my house because my hands have been so bad. Even doing dishes, you know, was killing me. So I'm trying to still put content. So that's why I've been doing like different DIY type of thing, but I'm not getting, you know, the response I was kind of hoping I would get. Hey, Chloe, welcome. But, you know, I know that that's, everybody likes the, you know, the resin. So I'm trying, I'm trying. So I will have a couple coming up here. So don't be discouraged that I haven't had any. I'm getting there. Hey, Ronald, is it Ronald Lee? Hopefully I'm saying that right. So, yeah, I just wanted to kind of at least let you guys know what has been up. Okay, Ronald Lee, good. Because I hate it when I botch somebody's name. All right, so I'm just going to kind of do this whole thing because I'm going to put a shadow in down here. And, so that roof line's going to go that way. I ended up not even going to the art walk on Friday, guys. That's how bad my hands were. I was going to, but I canceled last minute. It was like an hour before we were supposed to leave. I just said no. So, and I'm usually pretty tough. I can handle a lot, but this has just been really, really brutal. And you don't realize like how much you do with your hands. And when they're split, it's like you just like, oh my gosh. All right, so we're gonna go right about there. And this doesn't have to be perfect right now because there's gonna be you know, more layers going over it. I'm just trying to get my structure, per se, structure in, so that I know kind of where I am heading. All right. All right, and that's going to be brown down in here, but it doesn't hurt to have this other color as a background color. I know, Rachel, it really, really is. And I don't break out when I paint, so, you know, it's like, and I just picked up another company to test a product, so that's supposed to be here tomorrow, so that will be a good one. It'll probably be a long video though, guys, so I'm fair warning you. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the darker brown, and let's get the building like structure in. And I'm just kind of trying to go in the direction as much as possible that like the wood boards are going to be going. But I do want to get this a solid color. So yeah. But I absolutely love my last two projects. They look so cute. I'm getting ready to like rearrange my living room. So once I get it like situated, then I will post a picture for you guys to see it when it's lit up on the coffee table, because it looks so good. My little my ghost. So I have to go get more flowers for my Halloween tree, even though we're in a heat wave. And my granddaughter wants me to make her one of those candle holders that I made. Just call me Bob Ross. Yeah, I wished I was as good as him. Or Bill Alexander. I really, really like Bill Alexander, which is who taught Bob Ross his style. All right, so, and there's going to be trees here, so I'm not too worried about going over, but I do want to kind of get this in. Oh, thank you. Welcome, Terry. All right, so I'm just going to work some of that that brown out of my brush here. So I'm trying to get like right up to that edge, because that's going to stay the darkest anyways underneath the eaves. What has everybody's weather been? We have, I'm telling you, we have had one of the hottest summers that we've ever had. We're in another 4-day stretch of 90-degree weather, which I am not complaining, because I absolutely love the warmth. Other than when everybody's home, and they want the AC on, because it gets so cold in here that it's, yeah. Now, I probably should have used a bigger brush for this, guys. Let me just Kind of go across here. I'm just getting this blocked in. This will be the, like, probably the longest part is getting this in. So then I can look and see, yeah, okay, my building kind of is the right shape. And I'm going to put a little bit of dark right in this area here. There we go. Just to give that little angle of that roof. All right, so I don't know if you guys saw back, it was, I think, early spring, when we were setting the pool up, and I said my deck had to be redone. Well, it has, yesterday we had to take everything off the top deck because it sank like 6 inches. It's like a big hole. So that is going to be our project for this weekend. We've got to open up underneath and see if, you know, if there's any saving it. It looks like it's, whoever built it didn't put the, attach it to the house correctly. So we're hoping that's all that it is, and we can jack it up and reinforce it. But we don't know yet. We won't know until we completely can get underneath there. So yeah, that has been kind of scary. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit of white, and we're gonna start trying to get some board like patterns. And then I'll put my doors and my windows in after. I just want to get a little bit of a grain. I'll probably do a black like this as well. Just kind of giving like that weathered kind of look is what I'm kind of trying to get right here. And then I'll darken up underneath the eaves after. You know, because most barns are not pristine. Well, at least here in Maine, they're not. And this part over here is probably not gonna, much of it's gonna get seen, but just in case, we're gonna get some little something something going on in here. Okay. So, I'm gonna rinse that off. I'm gonna add a little bit of black to my palette. And we're gonna make that a little bit darker underneath. So I'm just gonna mix some black in with the brown so it's like a really nice dark color. And I'm gonna wipe most of it off. And we're just gonna kind of little more. There we go. Buy, not buy. Yeah. Yeah, it has just been, you know, it's one of those weeks, it seems like, you know, when one thing goes wrong, everything else kind of follows suit. Yeah, that's kind of this week. I have not even, I went in the pool this afternoon for about an hour, but not like during the day to go in the sun. I'm hoping to maybe do that tomorrow, but I don't know. All right, so that is kind of looking good. It's got a little bit of weathering. I just want to put kind of, you know, like sometimes the old boards get kind of gray looking. All right. So I am gonna do the side of the roof here on the side. And I'm gonna try to cut in and do this nice and smooth here up at the top. Okay. And let me grab a little of like the darker yellow and see how that's going to do if we blend that into that burnt color. This kind of, because I want it to kind of almost resemble like a old metal roof type of thing. I'm just going to pick up both of those colors. All right, so I picked up a little bit of white in with that. So that is looking good there. I'm going to take the darker brown with this reddish color and just make like a little bit darker color for over here. Just incorporate some of that color. So we have all of our colors matching here. All right, so that is looking good. Now I gotta get a small brush and we're gonna get, let's see. I'm gonna take some blue and some black and we're gonna put one window over here. And we're gonna put one on this side. And I'm gonna take what color do I wanna? All right, I'm gonna take the dark yellow and the brown and we are going to get our the little spot where they throw the hay in. And then we need our barn doors. Actually, I'm gonna go in with the blue and the black and we're gonna put in like some sort of a window or something in here. And I'll probably outline this in like a white or something just to kind of get things standing out. But for now, I want to get the like the building kind of put together. All right, so we're gonna do because once I can get all the like the base colors of my building, then we can start getting some of the background color going on. All right, so that's going to be our barn doors. We've got our little hayloft up there. We've got some windows. Okay, so I'm going to switch. I'm going to take another plate. And it's not the greatest to use paper plates when you're painting because it will absorb the moisture out of your paint. But I just was too lazy to scrape my palette off from the last live. So yeah, that's why I'm using a paper plate. And I got yellow on that one. So let's start getting some sort of tree kind of in the background here. So, and by doing it this way, if you have a spot on your building that you don't like, this is a good way to disguise it. So we're just going to put, and I'm going to start with the green. Actually, I'm going to pick up a little bit of black. I want this first layer to be a really dark green. So that's going to put this tree behind our barn here. You know, and then we're going to go, we'll redo the barn roof here again. And then once we put our lighter colors over it, then everything will start kind of coming together here. Because then we're going to put some of the lighter leaves over, you know, over the barn. All right, and All right. And then we're gonna have like some bushes coming up this way. That's like a tree overhanging. All right. Get a few little bushes of something going around here. And I am going to have flowers in here, so some of this is going to kind of change, you know, as we go. All right, so that's a good start there. Let's rinse this brush. We're going to go back and we're going to get kind of like our ground in. I'm going to pick some white and some brown. And we're going to just kind of make like a sand color. Because the last painting I did was, there was so much green. I wasn't digging it at all. Once I sat back and looked, I'm like, yeah, that looks like crud. So we got a little path. This is going to be like our way to our barn. And there's going to be grass in the front with some flowers and stuff. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I just need to get that variation in there so that it, you know, it says it's dirt. So you just basically kind of play with your colors, blend them until you kind of get that look of, you know, that it's looking like there's something else other than just, you know, paint down there. Now, I'm thinking, let's see. Giving like a little kind of a shadow underneath there. Okay. So I'm going to go in with my semi-dried mop brush. And I'm just going to pick up some green. And we're gonna get some just kind of want to get some grass going down in here. And then I'm going to pick up some yellow. And a touch of white, because this is going to be our lightest grass spot right here, because that's the brightest. Okay. And I'm going to take a dry one, and I'm going to see if I can make this work with the green. I can't find my regular mop brush, and this isn't the one I normally use, so I don't know if it's going to give me so I'm just using the corner of the brush. And some more green, some more yellow. Okay. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Squeeze that. All right, I'm gonna go back to my filbert brush now. After, I'm gonna make a few little lines. Let's see if I can find a thin liner brush. This one right here. And it's just so when I go back over that, it will kind of give something that there is something there. All right, and we'll let that dry a little bit. Let's get a bush going over here. Okay. I just want this to be a little bit darker in here. Because over on this side is the darker side, so we definitely need this to be a little bit darker. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go back and let's do, let me see. I'm gonna make a different brown. We're gonna mix the two together. The brown and the white to get a lighter tone. All right, so let's okay. So let's just do all of the trim the same color. And then I'll probably go over it with like a white. I just don't know if I'm liking the background color of the doors, these. All right, so let me kind of take some white and kind of just give some little bit of something to it to make it stand out a little bit more. Okay. And let's take there we go. And all right. think we need some knobs. Yeah, I think that is looking a little bit better. All right, let's see, what do we got for brushes here? Now I'm gonna go in with some purple. And a smidge of black. All right, so and I'm gonna have and we're gonna go in right into the white without rinsing our brush. That's too much white. And then we're gonna go in with some of that pink and a little bit of the black just to make it a really dark pink. And I'm gonna put change up the color a little bit. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna probably use this, and we're gonna go in with the green and the light yellow. And a hint of white in there, just to give another different shade. And and a hint of white. All right. Yeah. All right, I need to grab I'm gonna take a blue and the yellow, and we're gonna make a different green because I need a different green than what I've got. So we're gonna take blue and yellow, and we're gonna get ourselves a different shade of green. And take some more yellow. You guys still with me? And then I'm going to put a little bit of a trail in in through this green when this dries. Okay. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the lighter purple and I'm just going to change that up just a smidge. Just so we have a little bit of different colors going on. And then I'm going to take the blue and let's see, we're going to put a little bit of blue in there. And blue in there. Yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna do, all right, I'm gonna go back on the building here just a little bit. And all right, giving us a little shading there. Let me grab some more of my brown. Let me check and see if I've got comments. Thank you, guys. Welcome, welcome, guys. All right, so I'm gonna put some more of the darker brown. And we are going to go right kind of underneath. And we're just gonna Get those little lighter spots. Because we want underneath the, that ridge, we want that to be dark. Because that's going to be the shadow side. So we definitely want underneath here, you know, dark. Thank you, Charmin. And I'm so glad that my stomach is feeling better. I'm almost thinking that I'm gonna outline these in black because it's, I don't know, it's just not giving me that contrast that I want. And then what I'll do is I'll lighten the inside of the windows, and I think that will give me what, kind of what I'm going for. All right, I'm gonna mix the black and the brown on this one so it's not just black, and we'll see what that kind of gives us. Yeah. Get a little bit of white. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that better. Let me see if I did the white X to see how that would look. Yeah, I like that better. I like that better. Yeah, so I definitely like the darker outline versus that lighter nastiness. So we'll just make the whole window just a little bit bigger. All right, let that dry. And we're gonna do this. All right. Now I'm gonna get some yellow. Okay. And I'm gonna take a smidge of white. Because that's going to be a bunch of windows. Okay. Let me take my liner brush and my black paint. I have a mold that is on your wish list that I will be sending to you. I got it in the D-stash box and and already had it. Oh, thank you. The craft room. What is your first name? I'm like trying to get to know everybody's first names. Katie. Okay. Thank you, Katie. So, you know, this could be a barn where horses live, but they still got windows. There's lights on in there. There's a little something, something going on. All right, so let's get our little dividers in here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that is looking good. I did want to try to put let's see. Don't know. I don't know. Don't know. We might just put a chimney. I don't know. I don't want to ruin it. It looks really good. I do want to outline this top though. Could just put a weather vane. That's what I was trying to do, Denise. Maybe just the stick, right? With the arrow instead of like a cupola. I think that's what they call those, a little cupola. Let me get my little tiny brush here. There we go. That's looking better. Yeah, I could do just the weather vane, right? That would work. And then what I'll do is I'll just put a few more branches over. All right, let me try that. Because I think this definitely is going to need that. Thank you, Denise. This is the first time I've ever made a bond like this, so I think that's why my stomach might have been like really acting up before I came live, because I was like, what if I can't do it? Okay. There we go. You know what? I'm wondering if I should do my barn doors red. That's my other, I don't know. All right, let me try drawing the cupola on just the weather vane. So, let's see if I did a stick. Thank you, Denise. All right, so then it would have like a little arrow. Let's see. 1, 2. No, because we wouldn't see all 4. We would only see 2. All right, so if I go like that. Hey, Laura, welcome. And then I don't know. I'm not liking it. All right, let me see if I can get this marker, chalk pencil to work. All right, so if we did, all right, let's just do a small little something something. And then do a pole. And I think if we put it at and that would be like a little bird at the top. I think that will look okay. Let me do that. And I'm just gonna, we're gonna do arrows because I'm not gonna try writing the directions. And we're going to have and what do you think, guys? Did I ruin it? Thank you, Sue. I was nervous. Thanks, guys. And just gonna take some of that roof color and we're just gonna kind of blend it into that little bit of black to give it some shadowing. All right. So let me use that small little brush that I just had. This, I'm gonna all right, we're just gonna lighten this up. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. And I'll go with the white and we'll make our X. And there we go. I'm liking that. I'm just gonna cover over this white here. A little bit anyhow. Ah. Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay, and we'll just do the same on this one. All right. Now we've got to finish the foreground. Actually, I am going to put, I'm going to take that pink and that white, and we're going to give this cupola a little bit of a highlight. Just that little tiny, all right, and we're gonna put a bird right there because I got a little black spot. But, oh, let's go down and finish our foreground here. And let's see, what are we gonna... I am... All right, so... And I may pick up some more of the brown and the white. And then we'll just go back over these flowers and we'll set this ground. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted that dark, shadowy. Now, let's get back to our dark green, our black. Okay. Let's see. I know, it's funny how, you know, and a lot of people, I can't do it. You can. You just have to learn what your brushes can do. That's the biggest thing. All right, so I'm going to go back in with some of this. And we're going to lighten these flowers right in here up a little bit. And let's see. I'm gonna put a little bit of some sort of flowers or something in here. Okay. The purple and the black. Okay. And I'm gonna I just want the flowers like to be different and kind of stand out a little bit. So okay. Now, what do I do down here? Let's get some green in. I'm gonna take a big brush and we're gonna take some green and some black and we're gonna I'm just gonna cover that back up. I don't like it. All right, so now what I gotta do is figure out which brush I'm gonna use. And we're gonna get some grass in. Oh, I'm gonna use this brush. This is the, oh, I don't even remember what this is called. Deerfoot. This is a Deerfoot. And this makes really, really good grass. Because the sun is setting over here, so this side would definitely be a little bit brighter than over here. And I'm just tapping it and then lightly tapping. I'll probably put a few flowers in here as well. The green and the darker yellow to do over here. So just by changing up the different yellows, it kind of gives that different dimension. Okay. And let me get my little liner brush. We're going to make a few little daisies. Actually, I'm going to use this one here. All right, so we are going to make... Oh, hang on. Um, and all right, let's see. I think we're almost done. What other color could I pop in here for something? Let's see. Those are too bright. I'm not liking them. All right. When you make them too light, then you got to kind of go back and make them dark. So we're going to get some dark in there. Go back with my little fluffy brush here. And we are yeah, that looks better. And let's see. This one. All right, so let's take a little bit of green and yellow, and we are going to we might need more dark green here. And I'm there we go. Just needed something here. All right, let's put some birds in the sky. What do you think, guys? Do you think that looks done? Ooh. All right, let's see. All right, guys, what do you think? My first barn of 2025. First barn like that at all. All right, so now I need a contrasting color to sign this baby. Let's see what. I want it to stand out, so why don't I do it in purple and white? I'll make a light lavender. All right. As I almost dropped my brush. Yeah. She is all signed, guys. Thank you guys for still being with me. I know this was not too bad, an hour and a half. That ain't too bad. I think it's okay. Alrighty, let me just check some comments. It's always a treat to what you paint. Thank you for sharing, Michelle. Thank you so much, Denise. Hey, Jess. Hey, Jenny. Oh, fencing. Yes. Oh, man. You know what? That we should have maybe put some fencing, but on the next one, we can do a fence. This one here, we're just kind of doing a, yeah, something. Yes, absolutely. I have one in mind. Actually, I have a couple in mind. So, because I am on that Halloween kick. So, I will definitely be doing one. I figured I'd wait till the end of this month and then I'll start doing some Halloween paintings. Just because I did a couple Halloween projects and not too many people. I didn't have a lot of views on those. So, well, they were Halloween crafts, I should say. You know, which is fine, but I had to give my hands a chance to heal. And if I do resin 2 or 3 days in a row and my hands break out, I'm gonna have to cut back to like only so many resin in a week or something. Because I mean, my hands just have been really bad. Thank you, Denise. Yes, I really enjoyed them. I have an order to make the candles again. So I'm gonna go to the store. I gotta get more flowers because those are the flowers that's gonna go in my trees as well. So hopefully this week I will get back to Dollar General before they're all sold out. Not Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I mean, I know my usuals watch them, but I didn't get nearly the click-through rate that I was getting. Exactly, Denise. And that I figured if I do a craft, it's better than not doing anything. At least you guys know I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. But yeah, so I finally have it so that there's only one tiny little spot that's cracking on my thumb, but everything else is healed. This spot is still really thin. I don't know if you can see, like the skin is completely almost gone. It's down to like one layer. So I just, you know, I had to take a break from the resin. But like I said at the beginning, I do have a experiment piece that I'm going to be demolding once I end this live, and that will be out tomorrow. That should be a very quick video because I was just trying to see if what I wanted to do would work. So you'll see that tomorrow if you watch. And then I will be doing another resin project because I have something coming in that I need to review. So that will be coming out hopefully the next day. So I should be back to having some, you know, some resin stuff. But if all of a sudden you kind of see a craft, then, you know, my hands are flared up. So, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm trying to do it, but I also, you know, I have to think of myself first. And this weekend, we, I don't know which ones you were on at the beginning. Back when we were putting my pool up, remember I showed that my deck was deteriorating and it had to come down? Well, my main deck that's attached to my house, it dropped like 6-8 inches. So we had, yesterday we had to take everything off there because everything was like leaning. And the deck itself seems okay. It's whoever built the deck onto the house back years ago when we bought it, they didn't put the joist hangers on the house right. And it looks like that is what gave way. So hopefully this weekend, my husband hurt his knee yesterday moving everything off the deck, which I didn't know. He didn't tell me until this afternoon. So we're going to wait till this weekend because it's not going to be hot and humid. And I'll have my youngest son come over and my other son, and we'll have them go under and like really inspect to see what's kind of going on. If it is, can it be saved or can it not be saved? So, yeah, so if we start that, that's probably going to help because my husband, with his bad knee, he's pretty much useless as far as that. So I'll have to help the boys doing that. So, you know, it might be, I might have to skip a video day here or there, but I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I will be back with videos. So, I just figured if I let you know now, then you're not, if you don't see one, you're not like, uh-oh. So this weekend might be a busy weekend. I'm going to try to get a couple projects done ahead so that I can concentrate on that, but we'll see. Alrighty, guys, I have kept you long enough, and I will see you on tomorrow's video, so don't forget to come back and check that out. It's just a quick one. It's nothing major. It's just a little experiment to see if kind of one of my ideas will work. So, yeah. So I will see you guys all next time. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Night, guys. Bye.